Yo, what up, you guys? This is your boy, the Kryptonian saying, bringing you a review for One Piece Chapter 249. And gotta say it, man, Oda sure as hell didn't pull any punches. And once again, like, my Dragon Ball vibes are going off. When I was watching Chopper watch the Sky Knight and one of the vassals, they're going into it, they're fighting, and they're moving at such speeds that he can't keep up. And because Chopper's so small, it really reminded me of when Piccolo was teaching Gohan how to watch high-speed movements. And you had this scene where, like, all the human Z-Warriors, they're watching the fight take place, and, like, the eyes are just shifting. And that's what it really reminded me of on that, man. That was pretty cool to see that moment. Even Chopper, I believe it's almost word for word. I've got to go back and read the manga, but I believe it's word for word what Gohan said during that moment. You got to look at the actual translation, not the online one, because Biz did change some stuff around, but for that one, I'm pretty sure that was pretty accurate. That's what I've been told. Now, with that out of the way, that ending, like, I usually don't start at the ending for these reviews. I got to start at the ending. That ending, to have the Sky Knight look like such a total badass, or boss, if you will, to be taken out like that, that just raised the stakes enormously. Because if he's really done for, I don't expect him to be dead, because Oda doesn't have the balls to kill off a character right now, but if he's been taken out, like I said, not dead but incapacitated, what's going to happen with Chopper? That's the interesting thing at this point, because something's going on to where his body feels old all of a sudden. I know the dude is ancient, and he's over 200 years old, so I know the dude is ancient, but his body was just getting sluggish. And maybe it was Father Time just all of a sudden reaching him. I can say, like, for me, like, I'm 26, right? So I can't say, like, oh, I'm an old man, but I can say this, like, before, when I would go to the gym, before, like, I messed my leg and my foot up, like, before, when I would go to the gym, I wouldn't have to warm up. I could just throw the heavy weights on. Like, literally, like, if I wanted to go in and bang out some 240s, like, I guess I don't count the cardio I use as warm up, because when you do heavy weights, like, you're supposed to work your way up. So I could just throw 240 on the weight bench, or I could throw 760 pounds on the leg press and just start going. Like, now, particularly now that I've got different injuries that I've been dealing with, like, when I go in and I start lifting and everything, like, I have to warm up in order to get myself together. Particularly when I'm doing type of leg work, I have to warm up, because if I don't, it's because of the injury. So in that moment, I was feeling for Gan Fall, or the Sky Knight, because I was just like, yo, I can't believe, like, he's feeling fatigued. And maybe it's because he's moving at such high speeds. I don't know. Somebody clarify that. I believe it was the string challenge, which is the power that he was using. Because even he says it, like, Sky Knight's like, what did you do to my body? And what I thought was interesting about this is while that's going on, we have more information now. Backtracking, but we have more information about the layout of this land. And I thought it was interesting that, Oda once again is, calling the different sections, animals. We're in the gorilla portion, and or the hidden cloud village, and they're called, like, gorillas. And the thing is I'm watching all this take place, and I'm going, what's Oda doing with this? Why is he bringing up the fact that the Sky Knight saved Conus? And I mean, this is interesting, because even Wiper, who is the leader, the guy with the tiki mask, the guy I thought had the ancient Mayan stuff, like, he even points out, like, hey, I'm the descendant of the first leader, and I don't care if he is now an enemy of Enryu. I don't care if he's never really hunted us. He's still our enemy. He's on the upper yard. He's got to be taken care of. And you have this little kid, Asa, who is just completely terrified. And the thing is, it's like you just see different things, different world building aspects. We're getting more of the history of this land. I mean, Oda is doing a tremendous job right now of not only raising the stakes, but getting the readers invested in the history of the land, the world building, giving us more information about these characters and their interactions, the different cultures. That way, when Enel finally shows up, what we're going to see is we're going to see a battle where there's actual stakes. We're going to actually care for some of these characters. Like, this is what's done properly, you know. Like, the thing is, it's like one of the gripes I've had about different fairy tale arcs is like there are opportunities to go for world building, and Hiro Mashima just kind of speed through because he's a fast-paced writer, and so there's so much stuff that's left unexplored. And that's the case with Bleach, and that's the case with Naruto, whereas Oda just takes his time. You know, Kishi would take his time pacing wise. Like, there was like 30 chapters between Yuha Bak like stabbing the Soul King, and then an actual plot point actually like kind of taking a change. So 130, but it was a long ass time. But the thing is, it's like Kubo did it to an extent. Oda takes it to a new level, and whereas Kubo would focus more on the artistic stuff where you get some really badass panels, you know, Oda is more from the writing aspect, the storytelling. It's just he's adding more to it. And now if something happens to the Sky Knight, you have enough invested in his character where it'll hit you. It won't hit you hard. You won't get hit with the feels, but it'll hit you. You know, you're starting to not like Enel. Like, now you have a legitimate reason because you're starting to see how other characters view him. And that's something that a lot of beginning writers, they make a mistake on, that is they only show us the main character, the main protagonist, or even other characters just through the lens of that character. We don't see how other people view them inside of that world. So the fact that Oda's doing this, very good. And I'm going to close out the chapter review by talking about the cover stories because I haven't done those in a while. I don't particularly care for Wapple. So if I'm bringing it up, there's got to be a reason, right? I love the fact this dude's looking crusty, sitting underneath a bridge, eating, like, oh man, I'm loving that, man. He's under the bridge, and then all of a sudden it's like the I believe it was the Chomp Chomp Factory. It's this thing with a rabbit head on it. It's like Oda and those damn animals. I just love seeing Wapple like down on his luck. I don't care for the guy. I don't care for him. So as always, guys, my chapter question is gonna be this: what did you think was going on with the Sky Knight when his body stopped reacting? Did you think it was just old age? Did you think there was something with the strings? I think it was made pretty clear it was the strings, but you never know. And if that's the case, why did you think so? But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, hit that like button, comment, rate, subscribe, share. Follow me on social media. As always, thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.
Are you